atmosphere here electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Los Angeles Chargers. And we are underway here in Las Vegas. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. First and 10, Love fighting to stay upright. But now he's swallowed and taken down. It'll only be a loss of a couple when the pressure gets home on first down. Following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12. Here's Love. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and he passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and this one will be brought back to the 22. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
6 yards left on 2nd down. To throw now. Here's Love. Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all. That's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
First carry for Raheem Mostert, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. These two teams, you may recall, they didn't play each other till late in the year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 13, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. the play fake. He'll look to throw. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll look to throw now on first down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. On the handoff, this is Mostert. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, 21.6 miles per hour. Second down, here's Mostert again. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 9.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Hassan Reddick make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And Lutz puts this one through. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. From the 10. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now.
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. The sack recorded, it's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. Another try after the first down sack. Love. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
On third down, Love. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now fourth down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
On is the punter Charlton now as he's able to get this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They hand it off to Mostert. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll set up a throw. Buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
A 7-yard loss brings up 3rd down.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Back to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is set away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown down right at the 9-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Charger drive about to get going. And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday. And the ball is free. Taylor lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. Love. That'll be caught. It's Cup. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A big gain that time for the Chargers.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Jordan Love ready on 1st down here. Got the connection here to Bourne. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Play action this time with Love. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 35.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one. And that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To the right side, this is Taylor. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster. It all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Raiders are going to get it back here just past the 35. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Robinson. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
He'll drop this down to Taylor, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be a 2nd down. A good way there to have him bounce back from the interception last drive. Something underneath, a little bit of rhythm going.
I know the best ones in the league have supreme confidence, but every now and then you need a little booster, don't you? This is their way of protecting him and bringing him back, and then they'll turn him loose later, I would think.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Love now. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. Now have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Field goals, all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Second and 10. They'll drop to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 31 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Love, they go play action now. Open man is born. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He finds his man complete. That's Curtis.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Back to throw again. He's going to let it go again. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. This one fielded at the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
At the 46-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20. Yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Following the interception, Love. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down. After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20. Off the play fake, Love. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up third down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Our defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you.
Touchdown, Chargers! Cooper Kupp with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is now 10-3.
Raiders 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, it'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that...
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Hassan Reddick in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now back to throw. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Desmond Kane picks it. And the return will stop right around the 25. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. To throw now. Here's Love. He's got his man on the crossing route. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Love from the gun. Forced out to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Love looking to throw it. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's caught by Howard. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Check 9, check 9. Cowboy 80.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll let one go deep for Howard. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Mike 19, Mike 19. Keep it up, keep it up. Mike 19, Mike 19. You're trash, you're trash. Hey, Mike.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. He's got a man, complete. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a big play there for Vegas.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw.
This one swung out to Williams.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Williams. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Chargers' 20-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up for the 1st and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
They'll run with Mostert.
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Raheem Mostert with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Raiders are back within a score. Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's up through the goalpost. It's 17-10. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Here comes Marquez Stevenson now from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Charger drive about to get going. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Love. And this is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Love. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Love. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The Chargers on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And look at this. They'll get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Raiders are right back in this football game. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Curtis. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 21.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. This is Mostert. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Well, Raheem Mostert, remember, he established himself as a special teams guy before becoming a good runner. And he's never been one to back away from contact as he's able to run through would-be tacklers there on his way downfield.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as it kicks away. Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Love's throw taken in here by Patrick. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. Taylor's got the first down and more. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Play action this time with Love. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. To the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left, and then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. Patterson's kick is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Finding Samuel. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Well, they have had no answer for this connection all night long.
You just have to think, in a 2-minute situation, that's got to be a concentration lap. You know they're going to go back to him with the game that he's been having.
He'll look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think that part of their plan was to hit him over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll look to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 35. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. 63 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. From here, it would be a 45-yard field goal attempt, certainly in range, but they'll look for more yardage on 3rd down. Back to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Wants to try to hand the PAT. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. After the touchdown, wants to kick it off. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. One last shot now for Love. He's going to let this go. Back in the end zone. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost felt schoolyard or playground, didn't it? You know, you remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.
So for Las Vegas, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll try to turn things